वक्रतुंडे महाकाय सूर्यकोटि संप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. There is a special reason for beginning this lecture with the propitiation and worshipping of Lord Ganesha. Because Lord Ganesha symbolizes the great values and great ideas of Hindu mythology. If you look at his big head inspires us to think bigger and think propitious, means profitable. And when we come to his long nose, that tells us about to be inquisitive and always curious to know each and everything that is related to knowledge. His big ears, they make us to listen better and to become good listeners. And one who is a good listener is always going to be a good thinker and good and wise person. Now, every god and goddess of Hinduism is given a carrier. And these carriers are mostly different creatures of the universe. Like in case of Lord Ganesha, when we look at the carrier of Lord Ganesha, it is a small rat, a mouse. Now, what does it symbolize if such a huge structure of Lord Ganesha is put onto a small rat? Now, Lord Ganesha is a symbol of wisdom and knowledge. And rat is so small. So it means our brain is like a rat and knowledge is Lord Ganesha. So to carry knowledge, we don't need a very big carrier or a very big container. It can be contained in a small part of the body like a brain. So that is the symbol of a rat as a carrier for Lord Ganesha. After this propitiation of Lord Ganesha, I would like to first of all begin with a small story. Story, it is titled When Storm Comes. Long ago, by the shore of a sea, there lived a landlord. It was a deserted land, but with his hard work and with his laborious efforts, he made that land quite fertilized and fruitful. But he was ill famed and nobody was interested to work with him because of his cantankerous and irritating nature. He was quite ill-tempered. And there were other problems also in the area, like the area was near the seashore, so it was always having a fear of big storms like hurricanes. Hurricanes were very common in that area. He needed a boy to assist him in the farm. So he put an ad in the newspaper, but nobody was ready to come and work with him. So finally, one day, one boy approached and he was ready to work with the man. And he asked him 3 questions. What can you do to look after my farm? He answered in one very terse and very assertive statement by saying that when storm comes, I can sleep. It was quite irritating because the landlord didn't understand what it meant. But anyway, he needed the person to look after his farm, so he kept him for the job. Within a short while, the boy showed his strength to work on the farm and he looked after everything very nicely, and there was no question of any kind of complaint from the side of the landlord. But as the nature played a havoc, and one day a hurricane came, and it was a very ferocious and turbulent storm. And immediately the landlord rushed towards the shack of the boy where he was kept, and he walked very strongly to make him awake, but he was fast asleep. So after great effort, when he woke up and he asked what he was doing when the storm was there, he answered, when storm comes, I can sleep. And it made him more angry, and in his indignation he threw him out, and he told him to go away from his farms. And he rushed towards his farmhouse, and where he saw that in the granary all the grains were nicely piled and in the barns. Everything was kept nicely, and all the sheep and buffaloes and cows, they were in the shed, and all the pigs were in their pens, and hens and roosters were in their coop. All windows and doors, they were properly latched and bolted, and there wasn't any kind of risk to get any kind of damage because of that ferocious hurricane. Soon the landlord realized his mistake, and he repented for throwing such a diligent and nice chamberlain out of job. But then it was too late. He searched for the boy here and there, but the boy was nowhere. And finally, he again put the ad in the newspaper. Now, what are the lessons to be learned in this story? There are certain lessons. What sort of preparations you want to make, they are not supposed to be made when the storm comes. You must be ready for any kind of storm. Now, here we are not talking about the physical storm, actually, we are talking about the mental storm. They are more ferocious and they are more troublesome, are actually the storm which come in our mind. If we can control the storms which come in our mind and we make a preparation beforehand, we are able to face them strongly and confidently, and we cannot lose our sleep. So if you don't want to lose your sleep, make your preparations, be mentally strong and be mentally stable.